today's topic is my mother at 66. So here, before I go for reading out the line by line, before that about the poet is given. So let us read what is written here. Kamala Das, she was born on 1934 and was died in 2009. She was born in Kerala. She was a Keralite and she was died in Pune. Was born in Malabar, Kerala. She is recognized as one of the India's foremost poets. Her works are known for their originality, versatility and the indigenous flavor of the soil. So in this portion, I must mention that Kamala Das was a feminist writer. She wrote about the boldness, about the extreme feelings of the women empowers. In addition to 5 books of poetry, she is a sensitive writer who captures the complex subtleties of human relationships in lyrical idiom. My mother at 66 is an example. So let us go. Before going to line by line explanation, let us go to the summary of the poem. What is written here? In My Mother at 66, Kamala Das has written the feelings of herself towards her mother, who was growing very old day by day, and she was leaving her mother without knowing that whether she could meet her once again when she will return back to Kerala or not. Aging is a natural process. All of us know that aging is a natural process. Everyone's life will start from infant and will go and will end one day. In life there are different kinds of phases, means infant, childhood, early childhood, later childhood, then adolescence, then youth, then middle age, old age. So there is everything in the world is perishable. So human life is also not immortal. Human life is immortal. Have you ever thought what our elderly parents expect from us? So Kamala Das is going to show that whether we understand what our elderly persons, what our parents think about us when we leave them for any purpose, suppose for any service or for work or for any any research work, any purpose, study, whenever we leave, do we feel what they are feeling about us? This is the thing which is shown, which is written here by the poet. Driving from my parents' home to coaching last Friday morning, I saw my mother beside me. So whenever she was leaving for coaching, her mother was there with her and she was looking at her mother about the expression, about the feelings. She wanted to know what is going on, what was going on in in her mother's mind. And she was sitting, means whenever they were going, they were in a car and her mother was sitting beside her and she was watching. She was watching, her mother was sitting beside her. Doze. Now what is the meaning of doze? Doze means she was just little bit sleepy mode. Open mouth. Her face Asian like that. Asian means pale. Asian means pale. So her face was pale. Asian means, we know ash is a means name of a color, and whenever we say that Asian color means it is pale. We know ash color is pale. Like that of a corpse. Corpse means dead body. Corpse means dead body. So whenever she was watching her mother sitting beside her, she was seeing that her mother was sleeping like a dead body, such as she does not have any life within herself, and realized with pain, when she was feeling pain from her within, that she was as old as she looked, means she was old whichever was reflected from her face. Her face, now you can realize that how her mother was seeing, how her mother was seen, was looked by her, means she was watching her mother and she was comparing her mother's face with a corpse. That she was as old as she looked, but soon put that thought away. Now, on one side she was watching her mother, that her mother was looking very pale. Her mother's face was means the color of her mother's face was ashen, like a dead body. But on the other hand, just you see what she was seeing, and looked out at young trees sprinting. Now on the other hand, whenever she was watching the outer side of her vehicle, then she was watching that the trees are sprinting, means the trees, the leaves of the trees were just, means whenever we are boarding a car, then we see that the trees and other things were going opposite side. We are running means towards, and the trees are running behind. That the opposite thing that we are seeing. And here she was watching that the trees are sprinting, the trees are much more alive. The merry children. Merry means happy. Merry means happy. Merry means happy. So we all know that the children are very happy whenever they play, whenever, means their first action is happiness, and after that whenever they are feeling sad, means the emotion of the children are either anger, happy or sad. So she was watching outer side, means in the trees, in the in the ground, the children, the happy children were running. That we always see whenever we have a journey from one place to another. Driving from my parents' home to Cochin last Friday morning, I saw my mother beside me. So the poet, when she was going to Cochin, then her mother was sitting beside her in a vehicle, in a car, and she was watching her mother. So her mother, now the poem, the name of the poem is My Mother at 66. So her mother's age was 66 whenever she was going to Cochin in a vehicle, and she was watching her mother. Now how her mother looked, just let us see. Doors open mouthed, her face ashen like that. Now you see that how her mother was looking to her, means dozing means she was sleeping. Open mouth means whenever a person sleeps without any consciousness, then her mouth becomes open. So here we can understand that the poet, whenever she was leaving to Cochin, she was driving, she was in a car, her mother was sitting beside her, she was dozing in an open mouth and Asian like that. Asian means pale. Asian means pale. Pale means there is no color in her face, in her mother's face. Her mother's face was pale. In old age, we all know that the colors of anything becomes very much pale. People do not become so much colorful like the way they are in their young age. Asian like that of a corpse and realized with pain. Now the poet, she is comparing her mother's face with a dead body, means the face of the dead person, it seemed like that in her mother's face also. And that pain also she was realizing, that at this age she was leaving her mother, and she was confused that whether again she will be seeing her or not. That she was as old as she looked. So her mother was old. Her mother was at the age of 66. Her mother's age was old, but at the same time she was old from her mind also, because whenever she was leaving for Cochin, her mother was sleeping without any consciousness from the outside world, whether many more things could have happened. That she was as old as she looked, but soon put that thought away. And after that, after some time, whenever she was looking at her mother and she was thinking, suddenly she put that thought away. The thing that she was thinking about her mother, that she was pale, she was dozing, she was Asian like, she was acting like a dead body. So every single thought she was leaving aside, and looked out at young trees sprinting. Now she left all these things in aside and she was watching the outside views from her car, that the trees are sprinting, means very vibrant way the leaves of the trees are sprinting outside. The merry children spilling out of their homes. The merry means happy. Happy children are coming out of their homes. So these things that we see whenever we drive or we are in a car, we see whenever we cross some villages or some city sides, that we see in the side views the children are coming out from their homes. They are running out thoroughly. They are spilling waters, and they are doing each and everything whichever might be forbidden for them, but they are doing, and they are very happy. The children are very happy in this story also. This is the poem of 20th century. 20th century means from the year 1900 to 1999. The merry children spilling out of their homes, but after the airport's security check, standing a few yards. So after the airport security checks, now up to this, what we have understood, two things of simultaneously two ages of life are going are going into the minds of the poet. The poet is a middle age, and at one side the poet is thinking about the merry children, and at the other side she was thinking about her mother. So these are the three stages that are mentioned in the poem: childhood, middle age, and then old age. So what is childhood? Childhood is happiness, childhood is crying, childhood is running of everything, childhood is playing, everything is boundless in childhood memories. And in middle ages, what the poet is doing? The poet is leaving her mother for her career, for her studies, for her to live another life in other place. So these are the things that happen in middle age. In the old age, what becomes the major thing? Living a life with the children, or else becoming painful for the children, for their kids' departure. So this is the thing. In the old age it is shown